Hello everyone, we should have a titanium water bottle in this thing, and I think it is in there. Here's a label, it says Boundless Voyage 2.5 liter, or 84.5 ounces in that ballpark. Alright, so the reason why I got this is I've been playing Airsoft at a really hot warehouse, and when you play for like 6 hours, I burn through 2 liters of electrolyte drinks in no time. So I very often have to drink more than that, and then I'm buying waters, and yeah, I don't want to really drink out of plastic bottles if I don't have to. So I'd rather just bring my own water, and titanium is a pretty inert material. That's why it's used in hip replacement surgery in human bodies. Okay, well, anyways, that protective box did a good job because it wasn't dented, and then this is good enough to give away as a gift. Okay, so 2,500 milliliters. Some sort of barcode there, same there. I don't know if there's anything important here. Excuse me. It's the model TI3004D. And just titanium, TA1 titanium. I don't know if that's a type of titanium. I've never heard of it. And then a silicone sealing ring. And great, I don't have to measure this. They're the dimensions if that really matters to you. And okay, the capacity. And made in China, like most things. Let's see the weight, though. You know, titanium's lighter than steel, but heavier than aluminum, so we'll weigh it. Okay, nice packaging. You know, it's just cardboard, so I can throw it away and not feel guilty about killing people. Unfortunately, this plastic bag will kill us. Okay, I wasn't expecting this giant bag. It's like a neoprene diving suit bag. You know, that stretchy stuff. This stuff will eventually tear, though, this protective ring. But I gotta say, this is just stitched nicely. It's got an X pattern. It's double or triple stitched there, and an X pattern. So it's gonna be quite strong. But I think the neoprene will break before the stitching, and this stuff as well. I don't know about the long-term longevity of that, but I wasn't expecting this at all. So I'm pretty happy. But I do think the strap will come in useful as well. And again, it's not just single stitched. They went over that a few times, so it's quite strong. It's like seatbelt webbing. So, but this is kind of, you know, this is not expensive. This is a plastic buckle. So the plastic buckle will break long before this strap. Okay, well, let's get that out of the way. And then we have a protective bag to keep us from getting scratched up, I guess. So it's got a sandblasted finish, so it's not super shiny, which is probably smart. You don't want the sun reflecting light into your face, right? Especially if you're hiking in a dangerous situation. It does actually tell you the capacity of it, and that, I don't know if that's stamped in there, or it's not stamped in there. I don't know if it's laser rastered, but I think it's actually printed because it's like a bluish color, but maybe it's anodized. Oh, that would be really neat. Anodized. Well, anyways, not so important. The bottom here is actually stamped a little bit for strength, and it must be welded, this bottom piece. You can see there's a physical break there, but obviously it has to be watertight. So, and then nothing on the back, is just flat. It's a little bit bowed out, actually. I don't know if you can see that. Very minorly bowed out. You know what, actually, let's see, maybe it's an optical illusion. Yeah, no, it definitely is bowed out. You can see the ruler, right? It's oh well, not a big deal for me. What about this surface? No, even this surface is a little bit bowed out in the middle, as you can see the air gap on the side. Okay, well, the dimensions are on the box. It's interesting, the shape of it, just flat on this side, trapezoidal, I guess, on this side. Is that a trapezoid? It's a compound shape of some sort. Alright, the cap here. There's concentric rings, but they're not actually going perpendicular for grip. I don't think you're going to have a problem. And so this cap is titanium as well. And then there's just a little bit of a flat silicone ring in there. I wonder if that's glued in, or if you can remove it. Oh, you know what? That might be a recess. It could be milled out. This might be a raised surface, so I have a suspicion this is sitting in a recess, so it's not going to just fall out. There's a lot of, you know, friction on 3 sides of this O-ring. Technically it'd be a flat. It's not an O-shaped ring, but whatever. Semantics. All right. So this is a rolled edge. It's not raw. It's you know, filleted. It's smooth. You could definitely put this against your lips and not fear cutting. You can't cut yourself with that, so that's good. Seems like this piece is separate as well. You can see the break there, but obviously it's got to be welded. And then I don't know if there's anything printed, doubt it, or stamped on. No, I guess there wouldn't be a stamp. We would have seen it on the outside. So yeah, it's just an empty bottle. Cleaning this could be an issue, right? Let's get this. I don't know why this cap would be measured, but if you need to know, I would say it's 57.5 millimeters. Yeah, okay. Why not? The cap height is 18.6. And so now this outer with the thread, that diameter is 52.2. And I don't have that height is around 17. But the most important thing I would think is this, the interior diameter. It's around 48 millimeters. Okay. So, yeah. You're gonna have to get like a, you know, one of those bottle brushes. I don't know if anyone has a hand that small. Maybe a small toddler child could get their hand in there to clean it out. So if you're gonna put in some, you know, sugary drinks or even tea, it's gonna eventually stain and gunk up the inside of this thing. So be mindful of that. Might want to stick to water. So it looks like there's like 2 threads. I see 2 threads maximum here. Maybe 3 or 4 threads here. Well, actually, what I want to know is how many turns does it take? So if we put this in the up position, I gotta find the thread. 1. It's 1.5 turns to tighten it. Probably less. I didn't even know where the thread was landing. So anyways, that's pretty quick, right? It's less than 2 revolutions to open the thing. And with a big flat washer like that, I don't think it's going to leak. So it seems really well constructed. It wasn't cheap, but I think it's definitely worth it. Alright. I'm not even going to test it for its waterproofness, but I am going to weigh the thing because for camping, hiking, right, that kind of matters. So the bottle alone, which I don't know why you would carry it alone, 435. Now with the cap, 487. And then the strap would add it to 539. And the neoprene bags are fully loaded. This thing would be 628 grams, 630. But for me, it's more under 500 grams for what's important to me. I'm just going to throw it in the back of the car. Okay, well, yeah, quick review. It seems like a quality product. You know, there's no sharp edges. It's sandblasted. It's not going to be highly reflective. The sandblasting also, it gives it a little bit of grip. So I think with 2 liters of water though, oh, that's probably why they shaped it like this. You know, it'd be harder to grip if it was just a rectangle. But you see, my fingers are getting more traction because it's chamfered there. So that's probably intentional. Okay, seems like a really smart design. It seems really high quality. So I'm pretty happy with it. Bear in mind, it's not an insulated bottle. So it's gonna definitely get hot or definitely freeze in a winter environment. So, but you could cook with it as well. Titanium, you could just put snow into this thing, put it in a campfire, and maybe remove this because you don't want to melt the O-ring. But silicone obviously has a, well, I don't know if this is an oven grade O-ring, right? But you could literally just fill this with dirty water and leave the cap off, boil it in a campfire, and sterilize the water because you can cook directly into the titanium. That's why camping cookware is made of that, and it's not going to poison you. But that's not really for my application. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next random product review.